It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, AM 1250. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. He is Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys, joining us courtesy of Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Stephen, it's Jerry's 80th birthday today. Out of curiosity, what do you get Jerry for his birthday?
There's not a lot to get a man like that. A lot of nice. The one I came up with this year is I just had my first granddaughter and his first great-grandchild, and we take a nice picture of him and her in a great frame would be great.
Well, congratulations on that, first and foremost. That's fantastic. You got to be feeling pretty good, Grandpa. Or what do they call you?
Well, we don't know yet. She can't talk, but right now they're leaning toward what my kids' friends call me, which was Papa J, but I'm sure I'll become whatever my granddaughter blurts out for the first time.
Well, that works. Stephen Jones joining us here on the Blitz. Stephen, the latest on Dak Prescott, I'm curious because Mike McCarthy said he would throw after practice and after quarterback school. Some of the players indicated he might have thrown some during practice. Do you go down and watch in person practice, especially with Dak this week?
I did not. I was unable to. I was there at the first part of practice, which he hadn't thrown at yet, but did get a report that he threw well. What I can't confirm is what parts of practice he threw at, other than I know he didn't throw the first half of practice. But he did throw well, and he everybody thought it was really did a nice job out there, and he'll continue to proceed and feel good about the direction he's headed.
Yeah, Stephen, when you look at a Dak Prescott and you look at obviously a huge game coming up Sunday night, when does that decision get made, whether Dak's going to play or it's going to be Cooper Rush again?
Well, it depends on where he is over the next day or two. Sometimes that decision, as we all know, last week it was made early in the week. A decision could come tomorrow or Saturday or right before the game. We'll continue to monitor his progress and go from there.
So even if he doesn't get a full, say, practice in by tomorrow, Friday, if he's feeling good on Sunday, you think there's still a chance he could play Sunday against the Eagles?
Well, I don't want to get into speculating. We'll take this, as we've said, one day at a time, one throw at a time, and see how he's coming along. So we'll see where we get to on this, and at the proper time, I know Coach McCarthy will let everybody know what we're thinking for this week on Dak.
Well, obviously that's what everybody's talking about. We've deemed it thumb watch here in San Antonio, Stephen. So I mean, it's just we're waiting on Dak and what's going to happen. Obviously, though, a huge game coming up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and one of those games that every Cowboy fan is certainly looking forward to. Going up to Philadelphia, what is that like as a Dallas Cowboy and executive and a player and all of that stuff? It's just got to be a special thing.
Well, for sure it's going to be a spicy atmosphere when it comes to those Eagles fans. I mean, there's a lot of color to it, and certainly they have a lot of passion for their football team, and it'll be as I said, a spicy environment. But you throw out all the records regardless, and you're going to have a classic NFC East game, and one can be a lot better record than the other, and you can throw those out. But there's no question having the Eagles are the only undefeated team left in the NFL, and certainly we've got a really good record at this point and playing good football. So, it's going to make it the atmosphere all the more. And so we certainly look forward to it. That's why you get involved in the NFL. That's why I know these coaches coach it and these players play it. It should be a really special evening, and one that we're looking forward to being involved in.
And of course, on Sunday Night Football, as Stephen Jones joins us here on the Blitz, and whether it's Cooper, whether it's Dak, you get a chance to win this game because this defense is turning into a very special unit. Are they playing at a level even higher than you guys thought they would be in the offseason when you were putting it together?
Obviously they're playing at one of the highest levels in the league right now in terms of defensive units. And we did feel like, though, that we could take the next step under Coach Quinn. They'd have another year, our core players, another year under him with, what was expected and what he's trying to get accomplished, conceptually with his defense and his play style and his energy. But there's no question. The pass rush, the pressure we're getting on the passer, the way we're playing defense right now, keeping them out of the end zone, is at a really high level. And so, you got to believe it's hard to set the expectations that high, but we really did feel like we would have a really good defensive unit.
Stephen, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. Obviously, ESPN with Dan Snyder coming out saying you had dirt on Roger Goodell and some owners in the NFL. Do you have any comment on that report at all?
No, I'm aware of the report, but don't really have any comment. We're focused on beating the Eagles and being involved in this big game. I know Jerry is too, and that's where our focus is.
Fair enough. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. Tell Jerry happy birthday.
Please.
And appreciate the time. Hopefully next week we talk to you about this win over the Eagles this weekend.
Look forward to it. Take care, guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones, brought to you by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.